everybody! So here are some of my best abstract photos that I've taken. I hope you enjoy this video. So this one, wait, let me just put on the pointer, is what you see here is the bottom of a glass. And what makes it cool is this blue texture right here. And it's not because the bottom of the glass is blue, it's because of the light above, and it creates a reflection and all these different reflections of different colors of light. I think it's really beautiful. And I also really like that the marble background. I think the marble background is good with it rather than like a black background, for example. The marble background really goes well with it. This next slide is of a plant that is in my house. And what I really like about it is the sun right here, and it's straightly shining on these parts. So it's very lighting up this, and you can see these little dots here and these lines that are very pretty. But I think what makes the light stand out more is this dark strip right here. This dark strip is, I think it's much better than if this strip was all light instead of dark. I think it gives it a change, and you have this fade right here, and it's very pretty, and it brings out the light. That's why I picked that. This one is actually lemonade and seltzer. I know, it's crazy. So what I really like about it is the gradiency of it. So right here, it is blue with a little, and it gets light here, and then it turns into this greenish, like turquoise-ish color. And I think that's really pretty looking with all, like, how it turns from blue to green and the gradiency. And I think the bubbles are also a big part of it. Like, if it was just the blue and green background, it would look cool, but not as interesting as with all of the bubbles. And I think that's pretty cool. I think the bubbles really like show texture in it rather than just a plain background. Also this like ring up here. This next slide is on a light in my backyard. So what I really like about it is it shows this little like line inside, this fiery shape against this simple glass light bulb. And it has all these light parts reflecting on it right here. And it's just very nice and simple with this. And I also like the background. It has like trees in the background and these wires that like make like a milky thing right through it. And I think that's what's really cool about it. And also, if the light was like in the middle, I don't think it'd be as interesting. I like it in the corners. I think it shows everything else, and it also focuses on this. Now this is the glass you saw on the first slide, but it's zoomed in. And what I really like about it is it's just so pretty with all of these different light. Like it's like yellow, orangish over here, and then like a striking blue right here. And also what I like about it is these thin lines. So I love the line widths. So this line is like really thin and you could barely see it. And then you get to this thick light or this line right here, and they're really thick. So I like to think of that in comparison. And yeah, that's why I picked that. Now this one is one of my best. Before you hear the answer what this is, pause the video and put it in the comments of what you think this is and what I'm taking the picture of. Okay, now, so what it is I'm taking a picture with my phone through the bottom of a glass at a Christmas tree. This Christmas tree, it's fully lit up, and I think it's so beautiful when you're taking the picture through the glass, because it creates, I feel the bottom rings of this glass create like a smudginess that just make the lines in all these different like shapes and sizes of colors, and it's so beautiful with all these lines and dots, and it's really abstract, and I love all the color. This is also one of my best. So what you're looking at right now, you can probably tell, but there's more to it. This is a light bulb, and it's just a very pretty light bulb with all this different light reflections off of it around here, and this is just bright, really bright, and stands out with this gold right here. And then you see this. So it's hard to tell what it is, but it's actually inside of a bigger bulb. So you have this light bulb inside of this. It's like really round. It's hard to see, but it's inside of a bigger light bulb. And I think all this different light from outside and other places near it. I was in a light store when I took this. It's very pretty, reflecting off all the glass and bulbs. This is the same light bulb except zoomed in, and I really like it because I think I love all the bright and gold and yellow, and it also has these really cool shapes right here, like over here, of just different abstract things. And this really like brightens it. Again, I think if this bright part was in the middle, it would attract too much attention, and I prefer to be it on the side where you can look at other things and this and all these different, like, what is that? And other reflections off of other things. This next thing is plainly simple. It's a simple abstract photo. So this is just two walls that are connected, and it's where two walls meet. And this wall is red, and this wall is white. Simple as that. And I really like it because it's kind of like one is bigger and one is small, which is what you see. Instead of having it half and half, I think to have one bigger and one smaller, and I really like the two different colors, and I think red goes really well with white. This next slide is actually a window, and the cool thing about the glass on the window is it has like different little nudges and marks on it that create this really cool texture. And as I'm taking these photos, you'll see that I'm basically doing everyday things in my life. And then I see one of something like this, and I'm like, ooh, that would be really cool to take a picture of. And that's where I get my inspiration. I just see it out of nowhere. And so I think this is really cool, with this texture and this dark part, and then it gets lighter, kind of like pointillism right here and here, and then this navy right here. That's what I like about this. Now on this, it is actually my jeans. Yep, it's my jeans. And I thought it was really cool because of the gradiency here. So this this light blue part, and then it turns into this gray. And I really like it with this texture. See these lines right here, all here. It's very cool with this blue and then turns into gray. I think that's really cool about it. And I think if the texture wasn't there, these lines, then it wouldn't be as interesting. If the lines were there, I think it gives it more of a feeling, not just like a plain gradient background. This next slide is actually a fruit bowl. Yep, it's a fruit bowl. Basically, what it is it's just after the fruit was eaten. Um, it's just the remains of the juice and liquid behind of the fruit. And I think it looks really cool with all these different shapes, like this bubble right here, just white, and then red dark right here, and this purple, and all these dots of remainings of fruit. Um, and I love all these colors right here and the different textures of the different dots and shapes and sizes. And what I really like about it, and I think it's fun, is to guess what kind of fruits were in this bowl. So in this bowl, I bet over here there was probably raspberry or blueberry, something that dripped down. It's purple. Over here too, and then strawberry probably over here and up here. And I really like all the different color combinations, and then this white, but with a little smudginess of red. Now here is one of my best photos that I've taken. So I was just outside and I took this photo with my phone. I saw this spider web and I thought this water droplet spider web, and I thought this would be a great portrait photo. So that's exactly what I did. My phone was like half an inch away from it and I took that portrait photo. And I really like this leaf over here. It's like red and then it goes to the green. But also you can see so much of these water droplets all connected through the lines of the spider web. And I think that part's really cool. Now here I was on a hike and took this. This is of the bottom of a tree trunk. And I think it's cool because it has different colors and it's kind of gradient with patterns on it. So here it's like really dark and like brown and navy, and then it kind of gets lighter, like this light brown. And I really like that about it. And then it has all these sorts of lines. For example, these like rough, edgy lines right here going like this. And then it has these cracks in the middle and splits. And then these light ones. And then this like scar-like line right here. And I think all of that combined is just very cool right here too. And that's why I like it. This next one is of a tree trunk on a hike. And I really like it because of all the holes and crevices. And it kind of looks like a face to me with all these different like edgings and outcroppings. And I like it. You see all these like cool texture lines right here and over here. And then you see these crevices, which are like different colors completely. Like this is kind of like just different stripes of colors, and then this is kind of like orange and rocky, and then this is like just like edgy and striped, and I really like that about this. This next photo is of it's of art I made, and I used it with a blue pastel and a green pastel and used the side of them to create this. I kind of think of it as like a mirror slash marble drawing because it kind of has like these different shapes and textures to it, like just of the texture and the groove of the pastel. And I really like about it because you see all this light of this green right here, and then it's mixtured with this blue and creates this turquoise color effect, and it's kind of weird on your eyes, which I like. This next photo was on a hike, and I really like it because of all the different leaves. They're the same type, probably maple, but they're different colors, shapes, and sizes. For example, this one's really big, and then this one over here is very small. And I think it creates like a really cool texture and background on the ground. And that's what I like about it, all the different colors, shapes, and sizes. This one I really also like, and this was when ice is mixed with grass. So there was just grass peeking out, and then ice went onto it. And I think it's really cool because you have this like pale white with all these different like grays and stuff, and then this green. And it really brings out the vibrancy. And then what I also like about it is the pattern of this. Like there's a lot of pattern with all of the different greens throughout this one color, or different grays and whites. And the last thing I really like about it is when you look at these grass, it has like this little line of just brightness from the ice. It kind of creates an outline on it. And I think that's really cool, like what the ice does with the grass. It creates an outline on it that like brings out the grass and really shows it. So that's what I like about that. On this, I was just walking into the dining room and saw my reflection in the window, and behind the window, there's a tree, and that's what created this. So I took a photo of myself in the reflection of a window. So what's really cool about this is I took my reflection and you could just see the silhouette. And then you're like, wait, there's a tree behind it? Because it looks like I am a silhouette from a tree. But there's just a tree behind my silhouette. And I think that's what looks really cool about it, that you can see my silhouette and nature behind it. And with this background of just tree. It's pretty cool. This we saw. Now this is a strawberry smoothie I had. And I really like it because of all these different colors and reds. Right here you see bubbles and white foam, and then you see all these dark reds and pinks and magentas, and it's just really overlapping with everything and very beautiful. And I like, you see this reflection of light right here, and all these different kinds. This is like bright, and you see like all this bits of stuff inside it, and creates lots of colors. And that's what I like about it. It creates like a rocky, stuffed, but pretty texture. So we saw this one is one of my favorites, not my best, but one of my favorites because it's just really simple. I love it because you could just tilt your phone up and take this, but you could also be lying down on the grass looking at the clouds go by, and then there's this telephone wire here. If it were just the clouds going by, it'd be pretty, nice wallpaper, but I think with this in it, it just shows something in it. Like this black wire just traveling diagonally down. And I think if it were in the middle, like right here, it wouldn't be as interesting. Like I said, I like it like corners, or not in the middle. And I think it's very pretty. You just watch like the bright sunny blue sky go with the clouds, and then you have this wire here, which just really brings it out. This is my last picture, and it is very hard to tell what it is, but if you can guess, that's awesome. And let's see if you're right. So this is a light. This is light reflecting onto a wall. And it's not a light that I put up. It's just through the window. And just all the different colors outside created this beautiful rainbow part on the wall. And I decided, well, that's pretty. I'm going to take a picture of it. And I really love just like streaks. It kind of reminds me of like a paintbrush stroke of just like different colors. It's just so beautiful. And that's why I really like this. Lastly, thanks for watching, everybody. Please consider subscribing to my channel and leave a comment down below if you liked the video. I will be posting more art and photography in the future. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you guys so much.